What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and by popular demand we have Priya here with us because you guys wanted a couples Q&A and that's what we're gonna give you. So I've got a few questions that you guys posted up from last week's video, and the thing is what I'm gonna do is, because to keep this video short or not too long-winded, I'm gonna put a clock or countdown on it. So like I'm just gonna say 1 minute per question. We're not going to spend much longer than that, or we'll try to answer each question within a minute, let's say that. Right? You ready?
Yeah.
We're just sipping on some coffee, so don't mind us.
Quick fire questions.
Quick fire questions. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so I will read out the question, and I've taken screenshots of the question, so whoever has asked the question, it'll appear down below, so you can read it as well as hearing me say it. So question number 1, we'll take turns answering it, okay? Or if you feel comfortable, just shout it out. Question number 1 is, are you a flight purser? I wish. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. We're both cabin supervisors.
Yeah, so both of us are...
One below a flight purser.
Exactly. The flight purser is actually the boss, whether it's a male or female, but we are cabin supervisors. So how it works is when you join Emirates, it starts off with being a grade 2, which means you work in economy cabin. Then you go to grade 1, business class cabin. Then you go to first class cabin, and then you become a cabin supervisor. Once you finish cabin supervisor, you are promoted to a flight purser. So each stage, I don't know the numbers of how long it takes per grade. How long does it take? Like maybe 2.5 years, 3 years?
I think it just depends also on the needs, but like they like to have a minimum requirement.
Minimum requirement, yeah. I think looking at about 2.5, 3 years at least. Again, yeah, it depends on the needs, on the demand of the position. I mean, for example, I've been a cabin supervisor for 6 years and I'm still here, but then some people previously to me have been cabin supervisors for maybe 3 years and they've already become pursers. So it just depends. Question number 2, so that was good timing. Question number 2 is, I've questioned, if me and my wife are crew in Emirates, can we stay together? Go ahead. Well, we stay together, so that answers everything, right? Yeah, you can stay together if you are...
You're just not allowed to be in Emirates accommodation. That's for a reason.
Yeah, because when you join Emirates, they will put you into a crew accommodation that's owned by Emirates, and that's strictly males and males, females and females. You won't be able to say male and female.
In the apartment.
Yeah, in the apartment, whether you are married or not. So once you get married and you move out of Emirates accommodation, yes, you can live together. This is just the UAE law. Males and females can't live together unless they
married or
family or something like that. Yeah. Ooh, good. Next one. Let's reset and start. Did you ever have a rude experience from a passenger wherein he or she shouted at you in terms of service or something? Well, have you?
I think, well, so like it's a customer focused industry, so you have to have all these like challenges.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal. Have you ever, okay, in 13 years, yes, I have had people say things to me, but it's yeah, customer service. I mean, what do you expect? You know, these things will happen, but just take it on the chin and keep moving on. It's, you know, they always say they're shouting more at the uniform rather than actually you. So you've still got 300 other nice people on board with you, so just go and chill out with them. You know, I mean, it's like when you go to a restaurant and you're not happy with something, you might just voice your complaints to somebody, and unfortunately or fortunately for us, we're the supervisors, so we have to sometimes bear the brunt of that. Okay, moving on. Ooh, just made 1 minute. Next question. I think the only thing that's $1 million question, wow, is should your skin be clear? Can you have dark spots with clear skin? Skin. You're smiling. What are you smiling about?
I have dark spots.
I've got dark spots, so...
Makeup.
Yeah, I mean, can you apply? I think yes, you can apply. What's the worst that's going to happen if you don't apply? Guys, just to let you know, we are cabin crew. We don't work for HR. We don't work for recruitment. We don't work for image and uniform. We're not going to say yes or no. But
we don't make that decision at the end
of the day. So we struggle with that as well, and we're still here. We're still smiling. So I don't think that you should be put off by that. Just apply. The worst thing that can happen is
they say next time.
Exactly, yeah, good answer, good answer. Okay, so the next question is, how much do you guys get paid on a layover, and can you change your accommodation after 3 years, or can you change any time? Okay, so we'll do one question at a time. How much do you get paid on a layover? That depends on
the layover,
the actual layover, the destination. So how our layover is made up, how our allowance is made up of is per meal. So depending on the timing that you arrive into the destination, so say for example you arrive into the destination at 6 o'clock in the morning, that means that you're going to stay for 24 hours. That means you'll get a breakfast allowance, a lunch allowance, a dinner allowance, and maybe possibly another breakfast allowance for the next day. So according to how much the food costs at the hotel, the menu, that's how much you would get paid. Does that make sense?
That's exactly how it is.
That makes sense. Yeah. So if it's a 48-hour layover, even though your allowance is doubled, it's for food. Just remember, your layover allowance is for food, so it's based on the price of the food at that hotel, not on the price of the food outside. For example, in South Africa, like in Durban, our allowance is the allowance is based on the price of the hotel food. But if you eat outside, which most of us do, then sometimes the allowance is not enough, because the hotel gives you such a big discount on food as well.
Or sometimes it's more than enough.
Sometimes it's more than enough. It works the opposite. Sometimes it's too much. No, not too much. It's a lot. And yeah, so you can use your money for other stuff. Went over time there. And can you change your accommodation after 3 years, or can you change any time? Can you change after 3 years? You can change your accommodation, but it just depends on availability, where you want to go to, if there's any available. That's a very difficult question to answer.
But you're not tied down to 3 years.
You're not stuck. Yeah, you can't put a number on it, and you're not stuck in a specific accommodation. You are able to move. Okay, that was 2 questions, by the way, so I'm giving myself a break. Oh, here's 3 questions. Okay. Did you and Priya meet in Emirates, or did you meet before? No, actually Priya and I, we've been together. How many years have we been together now for? 10 years. So I've been in Emirates.
No, 9.
9. This is the 10th. So I've been in Emirates 13, so that automatically tells you we met in Emirates. We met on which flights? Do you remember? I
remember.
So say it.
Oh, Tehran.
Tehran.
We should have done that 1, 2, 3.
Ah, okay. But you know, I remember that. That story I say all the time. Sure. We met on a Tehran flight, and
didn't really speak to each other on the flight.
No, we just kind of spoke after the flight, and then
bus ride home.
On the bus ride home, because we were staying in the same buildings, different apartments obviously, but same building. And we were speaking in the bus ride home, and then we swapped numbers, and then
bada bing, bada boom.
She was hooked.
Me or you?
Do you enjoy living in Dubai? Pros and cons. Okay, so straight away, do you enjoy living in Dubai? Yes or no?
It has its ups and downs. It has pros and cons. My con would be away from family.
Ah, yeah, that's a good con actually. Yeah, I think for most of us, the biggest con of living in Dubai or working for Emirates is being away from family. I love living in Dubai. Pro is that even though I'm away from family, I'm in the middle of the world. So I'm 8 hours away from my mom and my sister, but I'm an hour away from my brother and his wife and my niece. So if I was living in South Africa, I'd never be able to see my brother and my niece and my sister-in-law. We're a little bit away from Priya's family as well. So a pro of living in the Middle East, or in Dubai specifically, is in the middle of the world. You can travel. The reason why we're here is to travel. So if we have days off, or if we want to travel wherever, boom, we just go, jump on a plane and go. So that's the biggest pro for me. Biggest con would definitely be family, yeah. We miss family. The heat in summer, I wouldn't say it's a big con, but it's one thing that we have to deal with.
It limits you to a lot of things.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I always say, everywhere is air conditioned, so yeah, it's not that bad. And question number 3, what's the accommodation process again like within Emirates, such as how they assign you a place of living? I mean, we've already answered that. Males.
Like how they choose your roommates. Is that what it is?
Okay, let's answer that. Let's look at it from that point of view, I guess, because I don't really know. But I mean, males stay with males, females stay with females. When you join, you're either in a 2-bedroom apartment or a 3-bedroom apartment for the most part. So you just have to share the common areas and maybe, the common areas. Some buildings you have to share a toilet, a bathroom, I think. Some of the older buildings. But yeah, for the most part, it's very nice. I think that when they're choosing flatmates, honestly, I really do believe that there is a process. It's not just about putting names in a hat and drawing it out. I think they really take into consideration where you're from, your...
Like my first roommate, she was Canadian.
Yeah, and my first roommate was Australian. So Australian, South African, same. Canadian,
and then my
Canadian,
second
same.
roommate was Indian because I think of the religion.
Hindu. There we go. So
they try to put like some kind of like, so you get along or you have similarities in common and all of this.
Or at least this is how it's come across for us. At least this is how it's worked for us. I think that's
Imagine if it is out of a hat.
Yeah. Now, bro, in case your alarm went off, but you couldn't wake up and you missed your flights. Been there, done that. Then what happens? Do they take strict action? Priya?
Yes.
There are repercussions for missing flights because at the end of the day, they're counting on you and they need you to be there for work, just like any other job. The flight's not going to wait for you. So if you do miss your flights, you're probably going to be sent home and have to do a flight another day, the next day or something. Repercussions, yeah. I think every case is dealt with individually. There's no real black and whites. I mean, there is a
general kind of repercussion that you'll face, but again, it depends per
case. Each case is different. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you miss your flight, you miss your flight. Let's put it that way. Chances are you're not going to be able to be on that flight, and that is it. Oh, okay, that was quick. Hi. No, I lie. Hi. Hope you're good. Thank you, Khadija. Which camera do you use for vlogs and where do you edit it? Which software? Which camera? Canon Mark II G7X, Mark II, and the software is Final Cut Pro 10. And that is it, I think, huh? Oh, I've done those questions before. Okay, wow, that was quick. Done. Like I said, guys, I've only answered questions that were on the comment section from last week's video. So if you do have more questions, comment down below. Hope you liked it. What do you think of this, Priya? Do you want to see more of her? I've tried to talk her into doing cooking videos, but she doesn't want to. She refuses to. She just wants to show her hands.
Well, I'm gonna bake something today, so maybe if it turns out okay, you can show the end product.
What cake are you baking? Or what are you baking?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, she's not baking. Okay, so stay tuned.
Just like yesterday, how we tried to make macaroons that just went straight down the drain.
Oh yeah, we tried to make macaroons yesterday, but somebody overwhooped it and it had to get thrown away. So that was an unsuccessful mission, but we've got plenty of time more with this quarantine / lockdown / whatever's going on right now carrying on. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you are washing your hands. Make sure you wash both sides. Comment down below, like I said, if you have any more questions for us to answer. If you liked Priya in this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, and what shall we say? We will see you next week. I still haven't done a roster reveal video. If you're wondering why, it's because nothing much.
I think they are wondering why.
Nothing much has changed. Pretty much, I've got a whole lot of. So we've gotten these days off. It's called a flexible day off in Dubai, which means that it's technically a day off, but technically they can still use us according to what they need. So we kind of still have to check our rosters every day. We can't really plan anything, have anything set in stone because we might be used. It's just because this is just how it is right now. It's so unknown. Everything is pretty much unknown. We don't know how it's going. But yeah, anyway, let me wrap it up. I will see you guys next week.